Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my long-awaited art room slash studio tour of 2018. I've been meaning to do this for so long, but to be honest, I've been waiting until it's been clean to do it, which is never gonna happen. So this is gonna be a little bit of an honest art room tour slash clean with me, because I'll tidy it up as I go. But in the spirit of being completely honest, I have already tidied it a little bit, because nobody needs to see that kind of mess. So starting from this angle, I'm walking through my lounge room door. Most of my lounge room is over there, but we're gonna go this way, into the dining room. And this is where my art studio is. It's quite cluttered. It's a little bit of a mess, and I desperately need to tidy it up. So we're gonna go through some of that. I probably won't finish it all in one day, but I'm gonna get as far along as I can, because I always use this as an excuse not to do any art, so it's about time I cleaned it up. So let's just start in this little corner here. I've got all my Imagine FX books there, a book on how not to die, which I haven't read yet. This box here, this is my dead hard drive. I just cannot bring myself to throw it away, because I'm hoping somehow someone will be able to recover all my art files. This is clearly very dusty and needs sorting. Here's a nice pile of shoes, which shouldn't be there. Also more shoes there, so I'm going to move those. That's my handbag, which always lives there when I get home. I just plonk it there because when I'm sat at my desk, it's easy to get to. These are some garden lights that I bought. I'm going to take them camping. I only just bought them the other day, so they haven't got a home yet. I'm going to put them with all my camping stuff, and I will do that shortly. This is my planner. This planner gets neglected so much, so I'm going to put you right there, and that is going to be in my face, and I have to deal with that. This is a pile of papers. This pile of papers should be in here, so that needs doing. This here is the Infinity War poster that I got when I went and saw Infinity War. Awesome movie, I highly recommend it. Here's some more camping stuff which needs to go with this stuff. I've got some more lights, I've got a little bag, got some sunscreen, got some cooking utensils. Right, they can go with them. Okay, yep, that's an empty useful box. I don't have a use for that yet. Maybe I could put the cat in it. This is soda. So this tray, you've probably recognized it. It comes from IKEA. Actually, here's some more camping stuff. There's the gas that goes with it. I got this from IKEA. Ugh, it's a white one. And in this box I have got glitter and beads. And in a future video, I'm going to be painting this. This is one of those Russian dolls, and it's filled with lots of dolls. So that is a video which will be on my channel at some point in the future. On the second row, we've got my pencil case. I've got some push pins, some whiteboard stuff. This is a camera that I need to sell. It is the SX720HS Canon Powershot camera, so I need to sell that. This is my sketchbook, and this is toilet paper. This here is a brush roll. You can actually watch me make this in my brush storage video, so I'll put a link to that in the description below. And underneath my sketchbook, I've got these A4 display books. I won't pull it out because I don't think there's anything in them. But I do need to find a place to put all this stuff. Or, I mean, this can stay here and my sketchbook, but toilet paper, really? And in the bottom shelf, I have got a lot of my wire jewellery supplies. So I've got all of these reels of wire. These are fantastic, I love these. And I've got some jewellery pieces, and I've got all sorts of bits and pieces and beads and skeleton keys and all sorts of stuff. So this stuff can actually stay here, but it does need a little bit more organising, and I could probably add some more stuff to it. And if I just move this out of the way, just here you can see there's an arm off my desk chair, and behind the curtain there, that is my art satchel thing. I don't think there's anything in it at the moment, actually. Oh yeah, there is. There's a poster. all sorts of bits and bobs. So that just sort of lives there, and I'm okay with it living there because I haven't really got anywhere else to put it. And further over, we've got a cork board which isn't even open. I've got a frame which I don't have anything to put in it just yet, and there's a piece of wood just behind it which I also don't have a use for. So moving back over to these drawers, and I'll just move my shoes from out the front of them, they don't need to be there. This is where I keep most of my convention stuff when I'm not using it, and it's mainly extras and stuff that I don't sell on my table. This here is an A3 like display thing which I keep movie posters in, so I'm going to put the Avengers poster in there. And in this bottom drawer I've just got some extra frames which I haven't really sort of done anything with. I could probably take these to conventions to sell, but they're just odd sizes, and I've also got the legs, the wheelie legs to this actual set of drawers. So that's what's in that. And in the second drawer I've got another spare pencil case. This chunk of oak, it featured in my video for art brush storage ideas, and I really like it, so I'm going to keep it. But I'm not using it at the moment just because I'm using one of the other solutions. And like I said, the video link will be in the description so you can watch what I do with that. I've got some more frames which I really don't have a use for. I don't like them. They're pink and there's one that's red. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Little poopy on a keychain. I've got some A4 frames here which also I don't sell at conventions anymore, but because I've got so many I probably should take some and sell them. And then just in this bottom one here I've got some badges. And in the top drawer I've got an extension cord which I don't really use. I've got my stickers that I put on the back of my frames. I've got a spare necklace. I need to put that with the rest of my convention stuff. I have got a whole load of prints. These are in an odd size. They're I think they're an A5 size. So I decided to discontinue this size because it would be hard for people to get frames to fit these in. Underneath that I've got a couple of rings in this ring display. I used to take this to conventions, but then my rabbit chewed it and I think it just looks a little bit messy, so I might take the rings out and take them with me and put them on display. I've just got a business card holder there. I was looking for that the other day actually, so it's good to know where it is. Most of this stuff here is necklaces, and I do sometimes take these to conventions to sell, but for the last one I didn't, and I'm not sure if I will continue taking them or just upload them into my Etsy shop and sell them online. I've got so many. These are some extra necklaces. In these there's a whole load of these Scrabble keychains, and here are some more Scrabble letter necklaces. Again, I don't take them to conventions anymore. I've just got some business cards which I need to put with the rest of my stuff. Here I've got some D20 dice necklaces. Now I do sell these at conventions, so I need to put these with the rest of my stuff. And I've also got these ones. I just need to put necklaces on these and then I can add these to my stock as well. Some more spare necklaces. Another necklace. Some more spare necklaces. And then in the corner here I have got all of my pin badges. So you can buy these online at my Etsy shop. And I do take these to conventions as well. This is based on my cat. So this drawer is relatively tidy and I'm going to leave it as it is. Likewise with these other two drawers as well. Instead of going to the back, let's move across to this side where I've just put that toilet paper. That's gonna go in the bin. And likewise, this stuff is only sitting here because I need to put it with the rest of my convention stuff, which I will do after I've done this video. So, starting here, I put some batteries. Great, they can go in this drawer. This is my, oh, more batteries, see? That's the batteries drawer. One of these like tie things, that can go in my junk drawer. So I've got a whole bag of these things here, and I'll just add that in there. I do need to tidy this up at some point. Again, I'm not sure that I could face it right now, but this is basically where stationery goes. Obviously some 3D cinema glasses, some glue, just basic stationery, scissors, pins, a little dangly to put on my handbag if I want to, checkbook, some screwdrivers, I don't know, just junk. You know, everyone has a junk drawer. That's my junk drawer. This here is just a random necklace that can hang up. That can hang up on the wall just there. You can see behind my monster plant. And that is Soda. Hello, beautiful. This is a lock that goes to my gym. So I use this at the gym to lock my locker. So that can go in my gym bag. Kitty, you look after that for me. Thanks. This controls the heat in my house. It's currently 19 degrees. This is a little pot, and I use it to water this plant. This, in case you hadn't noticed, is my computer. Now I do have a video on my channel where I make this computer. I built it myself, and so I'll link that in the description below. I love it, I love it. But as you can see, it's slightly dusty on the inside, and it is a little bit dusty on the front in here, so I do need to tidy that up, and I will do at some point, but not right now. Now this white cord which is coming off my computer, I use this for this camera I'm actually using to import footage, so I leave that there, and if it gets in my way I just push it underneath the computer there, and it's kind of out of the way and sort of tidy. This is obviously a speaker, so yeah, that's what I do there. And I need to vacuum the floor, so I'm just gonna do that. I will clean this at some point. It has got splatters of paint and all sorts of bits and pieces on it. On top of the computer I've got just a few bits. These are obviously my 2 external hard drives. Oh, and they are dusty. Great. This is my USB hub, and I can read all my camera things and bits and pieces. This here is my ticket to Secret Cinema, so I need to keep that handy. This here, I don't know what to do with this. These two, I lost these, so I lost the artwork when my hard drive crashed, and in fact this one I don't have a copy of it anywhere at all, so I'm thinking I might need to scan this in to try and retrieve a little bit of the artwork so I could then make more prints, but for the moment they're just sort of sitting there and I need to do something with them. So that's this little section, which is relatively tidy. Moving on to my main section where I sit, obviously I put this here. I need to deal with this. This is my planner, my phone, my drink that I'm currently drinking, my beautiful keyboard, my beautiful Wacom Cintiq, and I've got a page open in Photoshop so that I can start drawing something, and I am going to get to that, just not right now. Sitting on top of my Cintiq the other way round is my webcam, and behind it I've got the Rode Podcaster microphone, and this is on a Rode boom arm stand thing. So I'll show you how this setup works when I want to do a live stream. This is also on an Ergotron arm, and I can move it forward and I can tilt it right down so that it's ready to draw. So you can see it's tilted forward, and then I can just bring this arm over the top, and I usually have it sitting, which way do I have it? I usually have it sitting like that, so when I'm sitting at my desk then I've got the microphone and I can draw and it's all good. And here is my pen. I'll just leave that there because it doesn't get in the way just there. So I'm going to show you behind. So you can see there how the arm holds up the Wacom Cintiq. It's a little bit messy, but honestly those cords behind there can just stay there and they're out of the way, so it works for me. Moving up now to these top shelves. I kind of have these already fairly well organized, except for these things. These are sort of wall hanging things. There we go, as you can see, they're Medusa heads. They're flat on the top so that you just hang them on the wall and then you can put something on top of her head. And I have 2 of them and I don't really have anywhere to put them just yet, so they're just sort of sitting there. And of course here are all my Wonder Woman displays. I've got the 2 Funko Wonder Woman and then this one, which is the Pop Candy, I think it is. I love this one, it's my favourite. And then something from Easter, it's just a little egg cup. I don't eat eggs, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. A box of receipts. Obviously I've got my VR headset up the top here, and then there's a VR cardboard headset just there. This here is a box again with the Medusa head on it. You can see there it's the exact same style as these 2. I don't think there is anything in there. So that is wasted space. And just behind Wonder Woman I've got these 2 tins of, they're these little magnetic balls that you can play with, and I don't know what I'm going to do with those, so they're just sort of sitting there. I've got an incense burner, I've got a little owl mug. That can probably go in the kitchen. I've got a vase. I've got, oh, there's another owl mug. That could probably go in the kitchen as well. And this cute little BB-8 pen. You can sit in that mug. And a hair tie, because they're always getting lost. Obviously I've got a Pokeball. This little box, I don't think it's got anything in it, so that's again wasted space. A TARDIS tin. Don't think there's anything in that. Wasted space. This here is it's a knob. It's an actual pool ball, but it's a knob that was in my Volkswagen Beetle, so when I've sold the Beetle I kept the knob. This here is my remote control to my Wacom Cintiq, which is just here. And then obviously got the dragon from The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. I've got some lights here, I haven't put them anywhere, so I need to find a place to put those. I've got a cute little pebble that I picked up from Tintagel Castle. This is a very dusty glove, and it's only got 2 fingers because you wear it while using a display tablet. And it's quite helpful because it lets your hand move over the screen quite smoothly while you're drawing. This is a money box. Got money in it, and this is my Wacom pen holder, but as you saw before I keep my pen just here on top of my keyboard. So that is the second shelf. Over here I've just got a few books. I've got these are some badges, Art of Bailey J, and I think it's 2015. And this here is Jazz's book, Draw with Jazza, so I quite like those. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I recommend that book. I recommend it so much. I recommend it to everyone. I've got Batgirl. I've just got a few bits on comic book writing here. And then I've got my 2 evil queens just there. And then I've got a little cat thing which needs a new battery because it's gone flat. Moving up now to the top shelf. I don't think I'm going to reach anything up there. This stuff kind of sits there and gets forgotten about. I've got this little swan at the front. I bought that from Tiger. And in the back there I've got some containers from IKEA which I haven't used yet. I've got a candelabra piece with a dragon on it. Some poop sunglasses, everyone needs those. This ring in the front, I believe it is a napkin holder, but I just thought it was cute. I've got another little dragon there, and I've got an hourglass timer there in the back. In the front here I've got this little dice, and it's got another little dice inside it. I've got a Totoro, that is actually a flask, and then I've got my Little Ponies, and then my original one's just there. This here is a present from my sister, and it's just this really cool display thing, and it's just got balls inside it, and it's like, it's all in one, it's all carved, so that's pretty cool. It just stays there. In the back I've got some rope twine that I was going to use for something, but I just haven't yet. I've got this head, this styrofoam head. I was going to paint it and do something interesting with that because I wanted somewhere to put my VR glasses, so I thought I would put it on top of this head, but I just haven't done it yet. And then I've got my one and only soooo. This is Alice. I've got a couple of coasters. In fact, these coasters under here, these are my my designs that I got printed at Ripped Apparel, so they're pretty cool. They just sit there. So that is my top shelf. In the boxes on the left here, the top one is the box for my VR headset. The second one is full of my Magic the Gathering cards, and the bottom one here is just full of random electrical cords and stuff. So there you go, those are my two shelves and the main part of my desk where I sit every day. So moving on from the shelves, going across to this side, I've got my second monitor. It is also on an arm here. This one here is the Ergotron arm, and I love it, and you can just pull it out and it just works like that. There's an extra bit there, so you can see it just pulls all the way out. I've got some coasters in case I have glasses of stuff, and they can actually go back up on that top shelf. I'll just put them there for the moment. I've got another hair tie that can go on that shelf. This is the charger for my Fitbit, which is on my wrist. This is the charger for this camera. This is, I think, I don't know if it's the same or if it's for my other camera, but it doesn't need to be there. I can put that away. This goes with that. I believe this is actually for that camera that I'm going to sell. That's why it's there, so that goes with that. This is also, it just plugs into the wall there and it just charges my phone. So those are my three cords there. And this is the other speaker. This is my website. And over here in the corner, this is my printer. It is the Canon PIXMA Pro 100S. I've got some refill bottles here of ink from Precision Colour. So there you can see, and I'm actually out of black ink. And yellow as well. Great! But that's okay, because I can fill them up. Over in the back there, I've got a lightsaber, was never on. And this is a calendar, and I love it because it's got all my DC heroes in there. That black box in the back is some A3 sized canvas sheets, and I'm going to be doing some printing on those. I just haven't got around to it. Now in front of my printer is where things get messy. This is, yeah, my main desk. It's not actually as bad as it looks. This I got for my birthday, so I just need to put that in the kitchen, which is fine. This is just a little mirror that hangs around, and I've got all my makeup in this top drawer, so I do my makeup when I'm sitting at my desk. But before we start at the top, I'll just go down to the bottom here. Obviously these are shoes which don't need to be there, and a bottle of water which doesn't need to be there. This heater normally sits on this stool, but I knocked it over just before and I didn't pick it up. This is my badge machine. It actually goes in this drawer here, but I just haven't put it in there. And this here is a rubbish bin which has nothing in it. And you can actually watch a video of me decorating this. I used comic books and I made a collage, so I'll link that video in the description. And to finish off on the ground, this here is just a bag of really old receipts, and I just need to throw that away. So going back on the top, let's go through everything and get it all tidied up. Starting with the items on this side, these boxes here is all part of my badges, and so these are all the badge components, and I've got all the printouts here. Likewise, here are some more printouts, and I've been making some Dungeons and Dragons ones. So I just need to find a place for these. They don't actually have, I haven't actually got anywhere to put them. This here is just an actual picture that I drew, and I did it in time-lapse, and you can watch the video on my channel. Again, I'll link it in the description if you're interested. But I haven't got anywhere to hang it up, so I need to find somewhere to hang it up. In fact, it goes that way. That's the way up. And my laptop doesn't really have anywhere to live either, and I use it when I live stream. I just pull it over here to where these badges are currently sitting, and then I can use it to read the chat and also just check that the stream is working okay. This here is just the light switch. I'm not sure if anyone is aware, this is from IKEA, and you just press it and you see the light goes on. So it's all wireless, so that's very good. I like that. Here is a pen. This pen can go in the bin because this pen does not work. So over in the back I've just got a couple of containers that I used in my brush storage video. So these things don't currently have anywhere to live, so I just leave them stuffed in the corner like that. This here is, I don't even know how to explain this. This is a brain, and I could squeeze it and it's got fake blood in it, and it's supposed to be stress relieving, so that's nice. And then this is just a really nice little pot, so I keep my brain in it. In the back there you can see this tray or drawer thing. I actually used that in my brush storage video, so you can see how I made all this brush storage stuff. And I've just got a little travel book here, and I've got all my other sketchbooks all lined up in the back there, and then a little lips pencil case in the front, which I think is quite cute. I quite like that pop art style, so I just keep that there. Moving on to this next middle section, I've just got some squirter bottles. I just leave them there, and this is just full of just all sorts of bits and pieces. I've got pencils, pens and erasers and all sorts of things like that. In the front here I've got some more of my wire bead supplies, so this can go in that IKEA tray that you saw earlier. In the back there it's fairly tidy. I've just got a little, I've got my lamp, I've got my hot light, I've got a little TARDIS tin, there's nothing in that, and this here is another lamp. This one is actually quite handy, it just folds open like that, and you can just turn it on like that. So I keep that there, and it's helpful for when I'm doing art videos from my desk if I need extra light. This is just for fun, and it is a little star lamp. I just love it, so I just keep it on my desk and I occasionally turn it on. In the background you see my little dude. I never use that, to be honest. Does anyone? I mean, does anyone actually ever use these apart from just making funny poses? I don't know, it came as part of an art set, so I did keep it, but yeah, I don't use it to draw. I just make him look like a robot. And I've got another lightsaber just here. Let's turn this one on because it's way cool. Hell yeah. So that just lives there. Now moving on to the last section of my desk, I've got some more badges in here, so I need to find a place to put this. These are just random badges that I've got all mixed up. Again, this is more of my wire jewellery stuff, and I've got some wire wrapped around this. So I'm going to put this in that IKEA tray. And here I've got, again, this is part of my badge making pieces. This cuts out the pieces of paper, so that can just go in there, and it goes in the drawer underneath my desk, so I need to put that away. This is just a really beautiful tray that I like. Bought this from TK Maxx. And these are my tarot cards. The reason why I have these out is because I was working on a tarot card piece display. I've got all my major arcana cards set up here, and I was going to stick them down in this frame and then hang it on my wall. This box here is my Liquitex Basics box, and I believe it is empty because, as you can see, all of my acrylic paints are up on the wall here, and you can watch a video of me making this display, and I will link that in the description. So you saw me take this bag off my desk. I'll just go through quickly what's inside it. I've got a poster that I made, and it looks like this. Be the best version of yourself. So I've got a couple of these for sale in my Etsy shop, and I'll link that below. And these are just the envelopes I'm going to use to post them out. This is just my cutting mat. I leave this here because I use it as the background for my videos. And this here is the tripod, which has got my camera on it. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just tilt up. There's my camera. So I keep that there ready to go when I want to do some art videos. So I just thought I'd show you this corner. I've got some artwork up. This piece here is just a page from a comic book. And I don't know if you can see it because of the reflection, but that's one of my pencil drawings. That's one of my digital art pieces. And then I've just got some artwork I picked up somewhere. These two are from an artist, I think it's called Anne Stokes. And then obviously the alien egg there. And just going up, I've got this light box which I've written subscribe on, and that came from, I believe it was Primark. And then I've got an oversized D20 dice. I've got some more rock candy figures there. I've got your classic Wonder Woman. I've got the new Batgirl. I've got Supergirl and Harley Quinn. Next is a CD from my friend's band called Hobo and the Hippies. And then I've got another pencil drawing that I did. And this is my Alice in Wonderland / Roy Lichtenstein pop art piece that I did. And then there's a red feather quill at the top. Picture of my old cat. Her name was Charlotte. And this one is just a card that someone gave me, so I cut it out and put it in there. And then the K for my initial Kate. And then we've got a sad Keanu sitting on the top, and then just a star mirror there. So this is my display corner, and I love it very much. And as you can see on my window, I've got some TARDIS lights, and then I've got a little lowly worm hanging there as well. And covering this window here, I've just got this mandala display. I've got a cute little Totoro hanging, and I've got some lights. Well, these are little peg lights, so I can hang some pictures and stuff off them. I just haven't done it yet. And I just bought this off Amazon in case you're interested, and I just really liked it. And I think it goes really well with the whole theme of my room that I've got going on. So I'm thinking I might put that in my kitchen instead of on my desk in the way. So underneath my desk, it is quite a mess. And starting over here on the right, these come from IKEA. I'm not going to show you what's in the top one or the third one, just because it's got some stuff for a future video, so I don't want to spoil that. This drawer, it's mainly guidebooks and things like that. So I'm going to pull these out and actually put them in my spare room in the shelves, because I could really do with using this drawer for something else. The fourth drawer here has just got spray paint in it, and the last drawer, I think I could probably use it a little bit better because I've got some spaces. I've got loads of dice in here, so I've got some things I'm going to be using these for in the future. So going over here underneath my desk, I'll start up this end. This isn't going to change much. I've got a whole load of cords and wires and, you know, battery charging stuff, and you can see I've got cords in the back there. This is my Sky like internet thing, and the white thing there in the back, that is an external hard drive. This is my telephone. I've always wanted a telephone like this, so yeah. And in the back there, that is a bench drill. It's quite a small one, and I use that to drill through the D20 dice and make necklaces out of. So just going over here to the left, in here is all my, apart from all these cords, this is all my jewellery. So I'm actually going to put it in this drawer down here. Look out, kitty. There we go, so that can just sit in there for the moment. Where you? Hey, get out of there. Look out. Not for you, all done. And this is empty. I used to use it when I was at conventions just to put stuff in, but I don't really have a use for it. This black thing here is just a wrist rest for my keyboard, and I don't really use it, so I should probably find a better place to put that. And in here, I think this is stuff for, oh yeah, I've got some dye. These are necklace pieces for my D20 dice necklaces, and also some more jewellery findings here, so I might have a look at fitting those into one of these drawers over here. And here, I actually don't have a space for this either. This is a whole lot of skeleton keys. Look at these are amazing. These are my favourite ones, and I'll never get rid of them. Like, look at the size of that. That is insane. So, I don't really have anywhere to put these. And they just sort of, they don't even fit in the box. I'm not sure what this white cord is for. It might actually be, I think it's actually my internet cord, so. I did try and stick them under my desk instead of tape, hasn't really worked. Oh, it has worked over here. So I think I'll just move those along, make some space. These wooden things here, these are actually stretcher bars, and these are for, okay, you're living there now. So these stretcher bars are for the canvas sheets that I've got sitting behind my printer. So I was going to print out some artwork and then stretch them over these and sell them, and I just haven't got around to doing that yet. So what do you think, kitty? She doesn't normally get up under here. It's just because this is what I'm paying attention to, so she wants to be in on the action. She's very cute. So I'm thinking I might actually move these somewhere else, because this space here is, I find it really useful just to put stuff that I'm sort of currently using. So I might actually put these away in a cupboard, just make better use of this space. Right, just heading back to this drawer, I'm just tidying it up a little. I'm moving my jewellery right to the back there. And then I've got just these little jars, which I picked up, I think, from IKEA. These ones have got dice in them, and you can see that there's like a drill bit stuck in them, and these are ones that are failures, basically. I should throw them away, but yeah, I'll just put them in there. So coming across to this box here, just on the top here, I'll show you these are really great. So I've got this little case here, and it's actually a makeup case because it comes with a little mirror, and there's a little zip pouch here, and you've got a place here to put, I would assume, brushes, but you can put like pens, pencils or brushes and stuff, and it gives you a little flap just to keep them secure. And then it's got a second compartment, and it's got a little mesh holder there, and it's fairly deep, so you can actually use this as a pencil case. And I don't remember where I bought it. It might have been off AliExpress or something, and it just zips up like that. That's quite cute, and it's got a little handle. So, but I haven't got a use for it yet, so I'm just going to put that away for now and just you know, keep it safe. And then for this here, it's just a case that I got from a camping shop called Kathmandu, and you get like loads of these in a pack, and I used to keep my makeup in it. So again, these are really great for pencil cases or things like that, or you know, toiletry bags, but I don't have a use for it yet, so I just need to find a place to keep these while they're out of the way. Now in this red box, I got this red box from IKEA, got some more wire which can go with all my other wires, and then the rest of this stuff is all jewellery parts. So let me just bring it out so I can show you properly. So I've got loads and loads of pieces of like old jewellery that I've picked up in boot sales everywhere, and wherever I go, if I see some old cheap jewellery, I'll just buy it, because then I can just put it in here and I can pull it apart, and then I've got loads of different jewellery pieces to make other jewellery out of. So that is heavy, and it is full of just old jewellery. I mean, look at that. That's, I mean, it's pretty ugly. I wouldn't wear that, but you know, it's got a little gold star on it. I could pull that off and use it for something else. Likewise, these beautiful little turquoise beads, I could pull them off and use them on something else. So, you know, there's lots of bits I could use in there. And it doesn't really have a place, so it's probably just going to stay under here for now. But I'll move this wire, that doesn't need to sit on top of it. And I think if I move it over, then it can just sit there. Now these wires are really getting in my way. This one here doesn't seem to be plugged into anything, so I think this might be for my laptop, which I've got sitting on top of my desk. So what I might do is just keep it handy under here, so that whenever I want to plug my laptop in to a connection, then this is just sitting here waiting for it, and it's out of the way. So I'm going to tuck that into this jewellery box just at the back here. And then over at the end here, I've got some quilted crystal preserving jars from Ball, and I was going to use these in an upcoming video. And in the back here I've got a hot air heat gun, and I use this for watercolours, because waiting for the paint to dry in between each layer is a nightmare. So that doesn't have anywhere to go, so that just sits there. And then just down the side here I've just got a backboard for when I film, and this case here is my Dremel, so I just keep that tucked in the side there, and it's out of the way. Hey, what are you doing up there? Coming back to these bottom drawers, these are again from IKEA. This piece here is a Kallax for sort of section shelving unit, and obviously these are the drawers that you can use with it. In this one I've got all sorts of jewellery pieces, so I'm not going to pull it all out because it's a bit of a nightmare, but I've got a lot of these cases with a lot of jewellery findings in it. I've also got all my little plastic bags and stuff. I've got some here that have got printouts with my Swan Star designs on. These are ready for jewellery pieces to put on. So this is all actually really tidy, and I'm happy with this drawer, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then coming across to this one here, this is where I want to put all my badges. So I'm going to have to tidy this one out a little bit, because there's more stuff in here than there should be. I've got, first up, these are all my badge printouts, so I've got quite a few. I don't really use most of them anymore, so I might actually just go through them and throw some of them out. I'll keep this one though. And then I've got some cardstock. Excuse me, kitty. Excuse me. Thank you. And then I've got some computer parts, because I built my computer, and then with some of the spare parts I didn't really have anywhere to put them, but I don't actually want to keep them in here anymore, because I want to use this drawer to put away all of this, my badge stuff. So I'm gonna clear this out, and hopefully those boxes will fit in this drawer quite nicely. If not, I may even pull the whole drawer out and just stack everything in the shelf there, but I would actually prefer to keep the drawer in there, because I like the way the red looks against all the other ones and against the white. So I'm gonna get going and clean out this drawer. So these two drawers here have got tools in them. So this is like, they're a real cluster of all sorts of tools. So I've got a toolkit bag here with like screwdrivers and stuff in it. I've got some like, you know, spanners and all sorts of bits and pieces. What I might do with this drawer is actually to put all my computer stuff in here. and that way it's not sort of cluttering up anywhere else. So yeah, I'm just gonna start off cleaning this one out. This drawer is an absolute mess and I'm not going to clean it. It's just got tools in it, so I'm just going to leave it as it is and just put it away. Out of sight, out of mind. But I do need to now find a place for my toolbox, which should just have screwdrivers in it, but it's got loads of other stuff in it as well. But I'll figure out something for that. For now, it can just stay there. So coming back over this side, these are the drawers that I've got here. They're the same as the other ones. They are from IKEA. I've got all my makeup in this top drawer. I've also got some acrylic paint, some batteries, some palettes there, and that's about it for this drawer. And in the second drawer, I have got a whole load of pens. These are basically all supplies that I got in scrawler boxes, and they are just all just sitting in here and I don't really have a use for them. I do use some of them, but yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. And I've just got these trays here from IKEA, and these ones came from TK Maxx, just to try and keep them a little bit organised. But yeah, it's a bit of an unused drawer. In this one, I've got a bit of a mishmash of things. I've got some stuff here for my printer that I use with the refillable inks. I've got a glue gun under there. This is all my leather punching stuff. I've got a staple gun here. I've got some Garbage Pail Kids cards in the back there and some extra glue gun pieces. So this is just a bit of a all sorts of things drawer. Coming down to the fourth drawer, this is a little bit more organised. I've got some more glue guns, glue here for the glue gun. I've got a whole load of beads, and these are just little clear glass beads that you can use as like dome covers, and they go with things like this. Oh, these are little ring pieces, and you can put a dome piece in there and you can have some artwork under it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with these. I might sell them on eBay or something. And I've got a whole load of beads in here. So I've got packs of beads, and in the bottom here I've got some more beads and stuff. And just in the front here I've got a whole lot of chains, and you can see here I've made some jewellery pieces with these black trays, and then they've got a glass bead on top of them and some artwork behind. So that's how you use those. So that's what that drawer is for, all sorts of bits and bobs. And the final drawer is also a mishmash of all sorts of bits and pieces. Just some bags here in the front. I've got some Scrabble letters, I've got a whole load of keys, I've got some more jewellery findings here. These trays can probably go into that drawer there. And this box here is just full of bits and pieces. So I really do need to go through this drawer and tidy it up. I could use this space a lot better. And yes, I need to vacuum the floor. Isn't that right, kitty? Right, while we're still under the desk, this is the drawer set we went through. This one here has got sort of more useful things. On top I've got my paper cutter that just sits on top there. This top drawer is all nail polish stuff, so that's that. This is all tools again. Bits and pieces of tools, nails, screws, all sorts of stuff. So that's got quite useful stuff in. This bottom drawer here is a little bit of a mishmash of art supplies. I've got lots of glues, I've got masking fluid, I've got inks, I've got some paint, I've got some Sculpey, and yeah, I've got some thinner. Let me just give you a close-up. So it's basically just all sorts of bits and pieces that I use for artwork. I've got some inks, and I've got, what's that, oil mediums. I've got some wire for something. some paints in the bottom there. I think I've got more inks in here. These are these little Adirondack. These are some, oh, that's a blending solution, but I've got a whole load of little mini inks in here and stuff like that, some distress ink, and yeah, this is just all bits and pieces. And the cat is wanting to get in the side here. This case there, that's an art case, and you can see on my channel what I got for Christmas one year. You can see what is in that. And then just coming across, I've just got a stool here that I put my feet on. Got my cords to plug my computer into, and yeah, this is the bit that needs a vacuum the most, so just don't, let's just not look at that. I'll vacuum that in a minute. So coming back up to my top cupboards, these are a little bit of a mess, and they could definitely do with some tidying up and reorganizing, so I'll just take you through what's currently in there. Let's start at the top. So I've got a speaker up there, a monitor. This is like it's a nail polish display, but I used it at conventions, and these are picture frames. Starting over here on the right, I've got some foam boards here, and then these are all my papers. So I've got printer paper, and I've got artwork paper, and just all sorts of different papers there. At the top, this is a little bit of a mess. This is a projector, and this needs to come out because I've got somewhere in my lounge room that can go. And this white thing on the end is my portrait cutter. I've got some paper at the top going across there. Those are IKEA cardboard magazine racks, so I use them down the bottom here to hold my papers upright. That's how they're not falling over. So you can see here that it comes in a thing like that. So that's how I keep those organised. I do need to tidy this up. I've obviously got a box there for my Rode microphone, a picture frame here, and then some other stuff here for a future video. So I'm going to pull most of that stuff out and reorganize it so that I can fit in all these stretcher bars and stuff up there. Coming over to the left side, this is all my camera equipment. So this is, well, it doesn't look it, but it's fairly organized, so I'm just going to leave that how it is. And up the top I've got a few other camera pieces. I've got some old comic books that I used to make that rubbish bin. And I've just got some bits and pieces for future videos. These are some canvas frames and stuff, and so I really kind of need to organize this stuff better, but for now I think I'll leave it as it is, and I might find other places to put this stuff so I can use this space a lot better. So moving on from here is these two drawers, which are on my left when I'm sitting at my desk. So I'll go through what's in them. Okay, so starting in the top drawer. Now, to be honest, I have cleaned this drawer up. It was a complete mess. This is just loads of junk. So I've got some jewellery down in the bottom corner. I've got my like D20 dice necklace, hair ties. I've got some like UV pens. I've got some treats for my rabbit, some hand gel cleaner stuff, sunscreen, just some headache tablets, plasters, some micellar water, and just loads of bits and pieces. You know, I've got some hand cream, some playing cards in the back, face cream. This stripy thing is a Zox wrist strap. Yeah, I just bought one of those sort of not long ago. So that's kind of where I just throw random stuff all the time. The next drawer, this used to be tidy and now it's turned into a little bit of a nightmare. It's basically my sort of go-to cords and stuff, things that are actually relevant. So I've got like batteries here, I've got I don't know, you know, bits and pieces of the light in there. I've got an old camera here, my old vlogging camera. I've got memory cards and stuff. Nothing in that rainbow dash tin. I've got a SJ cam here in the corner. So I do kind of need to go through this and organise it a lot better, but I can't really be bothered, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. This is empty. I sometimes put my camera in it. There's a whole hard drive case. These are really handy. They're little cable things, so you can see how it holds the cable there, and you just you could just stick them like to the side of your desk or something, and it holds your cable. There's another camera, some puzzles, and yeah, cords. Bit of a mess, but yeah, I'll get to it. This one is even worse. This is sort of less useful stuff. Obviously I got my Fitbit box, my phone box, the manual for my Huion graphic tablet. I've got some adapters. This is a solar powered phone charger, which is great. I take it camping and it's really handy. Some LED lights. Oh my god, just loads of crap, and I really actually need to go through it. Oh, I wondered where that was. That's my silhouette portrait manual, so good to know that that's there. So yeah, I will tidy this up at some point, because I could definitely use this drawer a lot better if I had it a lot more tidy. This next drawer is also a little bit out of hand. I've got my Huion graphic tablet in there to keep it safe, and most of this stuff, more adapters, most of this stuff is just stationery and organising stuff, because I've got this kind of system where you use these ring binders with circles, and that's my Levenger hole punch. I've just got some empty boxes here. That's actually paper that can go in my paper cupboard. Good. This is my tiny little laptop. I don't know why I keep it, because it's so slow it's kind of pointless, but it's a little PC and it was quite cute. I like the size of it. Some hole punches, and say a little star punch. Just lots of bits and bobs. So that definitely needs a little bit of a tidy up, but it's okay for now. And the last drawer is for all my convention stuff. So this drawer is relatively tidy because I tidied it a couple of weeks ago, I think. I've got some sticky Velcro dots here, more Velcro there. This is my cash box for when I do conventions. And I've got some cards and more business cards there. Some white labels here, scissors, blue tack, and just loads of bags and stuff. I've got some little pebbles in there as well. It's just handy stuff for conventions, and it's fairly organised, so I'm quite happy with this drawer. Just on top of the drawers there, I've just got some contact paper. It's like really sparkly. I don't have any use for it, but I should do. I should find a use for it. This here is also just a neoprene case for my laptop, so that just lives there. So this top drawer is my junk drawer, and yeah, it is just all junk. So that just stays as it is. Second drawer, I've got pens, pencils, Sharpies, some paints, some My Little Pony pencils, which are really quite cute. Colorase pencils. These, I love these little sparkle pens. So yeah, I've got loads and loads of art supplies in that one. This third drawer, I've got more papers, but these are all in notepads and stuff. This one at the front is just a notepad that I use to just write down random stuff, but the rest is all art paper, and I believe there are some sketchbooks in the bottom. So yeah, just all sorts. Oh, this is quite nice. This is something that my mum got for me. It's a little art case, and it comes with a little sketchbook and then a load of pencils, so that's quite cute. And in the fourth drawer, this is an absolute mess, this one. An absolute mess. These are all ticket stubs and wristbands. I don't know why I keep them, but I do. There's a whole tin below somewhere. There's the tin there, which has got more stuff in it. Just a random bit of velvet, some tape, and there's mostly like packing supplies in here, so it does need a tidy up. And I know if I was watching this, I'd love to see it get tidied up on camera, but I just can't be bothered, so I'm just going to leave that one as it is. And this last drawer is a complete waste of space, and so that's what's in this drawer. Loads of really old computer stuff. For some reason I've got another pair of work headphones in here, a camera that I've never gotten developed, a couple more cameras. This was my old money tin that I would use at conventions. This is just a little bunny little bag thing, and in this case here is a speaker which I never use, so I should get rid of it. So I really need to tidy up this drawer and use this space better, but yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. Annoyingly, whenever I close this drawer, something's fallen down the back, so it doesn't close all the way, so I do need to clear it out and try and get that out from behind the drawer. Hello kitty, come to see what I'm doing. So those are the two drawers just to my left while I'm sitting at my desk. So that was my art room tour of 2018. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm really sorry if it was long, but there was a lot to get through. So if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Hey Soda, that's my seat. Come on, that's my seat. Come on. Yeah, lie on the desk. There we go. Good girl.